Welcome to another video, Walk on the Wild Side, and I am here in Blackpool. I am on New South Promenade, currently just taking cover from a little bit of rain, nothing too serious today, but my camera's not waterproof, so I thought I'll do the video in here. I'm just by the world famous mirror ball, the world's largest mirror ball, here on New South Promenade. So this is where I am, yeah, just across the road from the Solaris Centre. A little bit rainy today, but nothing too bad. I think it's going to brighten up later and it's not looking too bad for the weekend. But anyway, in this video I want to talk about filming in Blackpool, and it could apply to anywhere, but we get loads and loads of visitors to Blackpool and loads of people want to bring their cameras and film. There's loads of places, of course. We've got the arcades, we've got the piers, the pleasure beach, the Blackpool Tower. There's so many places in Blackpool that people want to film and take pictures and all that sort of thing. So, oh, by the way, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you like all things Blackpool. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. And yeah, so when it comes to filming, I've been doing this channel now for just over 4 years, and to be quite honest, I haven't really had too much of a problem since I've been doing it. I've actually had more problems when I'm taking photographs with my camera. Now, most people go around and they have a smartphone like this. I've got an iPhone here, and you know, you get your smartphone. Oh, Blackpool Tower. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at the North Pier there. Let's film the North Pier there. A little bit different if you're on the North Pier, because well, we'll come to them a bit later on. But yeah, everyone's got a smartphone, haven't they? Or at least most of us have got a smartphone. Now, that isn't too much of a problem. What can be a problem is when you get something like this out here, like a big camera. So this is the camera, one of my cameras, should I say, with a massive lens on it, 70-200 f2.8. Now, that's a pretty serious looking camera, but that's really more for taking photographs more than video. It can do video, but when you get something like this out and you start to, it doesn't matter where you are. You don't need to be inside somewhere, like, I don't know, the Winter Gardens, or maybe, I don't know, the Pleasure Beach. You could be just out in public. But when you get something like this out, you're going to stick out, yes? And some people might be interested in what you're taking pictures of. Some people can get a little bit jumpy. But the thing about a smartphone is, a smartphone can do pretty much everything that this can do. In fact, a smartphone is even more powerful, because whatever you take with a smartphone, you can just upload it straight to YouTube. You could be live streaming. Now, admittedly, the quality is not going to be as good. A smartphone can't really compete with something like this for quality, because if you're taking pictures with something like that, you're going to get the best quality possible. But it's nowhere near as easy to get the pictures off a camera like that as what it is on a smartphone. Because like I say, with the smartphone, you can just upload your pictures or your video straight to the internet, YouTube, whatever else. YouTube probably the most popular, Facebook, whatever, you know, it's so easy. Or you could just live stream straight to YouTube, or live stream on Facebook or on X. You can do X as well. So yeah, so what I want to talk about really is not so much, I haven't really had a problem since I've been filming in Blackpool. There's been a few little occasions really, but overall I haven't really had a problem. So like I say, I've mainly had problems when I'm taking photographs, and I'll tell you where those places are in Blackpool where I have had problems. One of the main places, and I'm going back a long way here because I've been taking pictures in Blackpool for a long time. I've been taking pictures, well, as far back as I can remember, really. And one of the places where I have had problems, in fact, a couple of times I've been thrown off the North Pier, yes. The North Pier are very, very jumpy about photographers. Now, I'm not too sure if you go on the North Pier and you film me with an iPhone. Oh, take a picture of Blackpool Tower. Oh, look at that Blackpool Tower over there. It's a cracking view of the promenade from the North Pier. But as soon as you get something like this out on the North Pier, or if you get a tripod out, you're going to be getting a little bit of you're going to be alerting the security, because if they see someone with a tripod on the North Pier, they're going to come over. Now, I remember, I think it was 2016 or 2017, a long time before I started doing videos, had a tripod set up on the North Pier, and I was taking a picture of Blackpool, and I was trying to capture some lightning. So there was a lightning storm at the time, and came after I took a photograph of lightning in 2015, which did pretty well. It got me quite a bit of fame, actually. Electric Blackpool, I'll just put it on the screen now, this picture. So that was a picture that kind of, well, it blew up, that picture. It really, really blew up. So every year since, I've been interested in taking pictures of lightning. There was a lightning storm 2016, 2007, can't remember when, but I went on the North Pier trying to take a picture, set the tripod up. It wasn't long before someone came along and says, you're not allowed to take pictures on the North Pier. You can't do that without permission. So I had to come off the North. I just, I didn't try to argue with him, because I'm not going to try and argue with him. But that was their policy anyway, and they said it. But there was another time as well I've been kicked off the North Pier. I mean, like I say, there's been so many times in the last sort of, 10 or so years that I have been kicked out of places. But another place as well where I've had a problem is Coral Island, yes. So Coral Island as well are a little bit jumpy about people taking pictures and videos. So if you ever go to Coral Island, you might want to check with the security there if it's okay to film. I'm not too sure. Like I say, again, it could come down to if you're filming with a mobile phone, or you're just taking pictures, with a mobile phone, it might be okay. But when you start getting something like this, it's a little bit different. Yeah, I mean, like I say, at that camera there, it's a camera for taking pictures, not so much for taking videos. But at the same time, you can get just as much or even more from a modern mobile phone these days. And like I say, you've got the ability to then upload that straight to YouTube or whatever other social media it is. But when security see these big cameras or tripods, they get really, really jumpy, because they think someone's like, oh, well, someone's doing proper pictures here, someone's doing a proper video here, and I think that's what it is. Another place where I've been kicked out of is not the Hounds Hill Shopping Centre, although I would say that the Hounds Hill Shopping Centre, I don't think that they allow filming in there strictly. Technically, you're probably not allowed to film in the Hounds Hill, so I'd be a little bit careful there. But I've been kicked off the multi-storey car park, which is above the Hounds Hill centre, a couple of times. So I've gone up to the top and I want to take a picture, like a multi-storey car park. You get some cracking pictures from the top. There's quite a few in Blackpool. We've got the Sainsbury's, we've got the Talbot Road. But I went up to the top of there because I wanted to get a picture of, I wanted to look down on the town. You can get some nice views. You're behind the tower. So I went up there. Oh, I'm going back a long time. I'm going back years. And it's not like you get a tripod out. And security are right on you. Oh, they're right on you straight away. As soon as you see a tripod and a camera, that's it. Get him. Get down. You're not allowed to take pictures up here. Yeah, so, it's a bit of a funny one. And there are some places, of course, obviously most places I'm sure are fine. And you can go in the tower. I went in the tower. Funny enough though, I remember going into the tower with the Map Master, and we watched a film in there. It was a movie. It was in like a little cinema. And someone did object to us filming inside it's probably because it was copyrighted or something like that. I think that's what that could have been, the movie in particular, but everywhere else was all right. When I went into the pleasure beach, there was no problem filming in the pleasure beach. Now, of course, some people try to film on some of the big rides. It's not allowed. You're not allowed to take cameras on the big rides unless you've got permission. Unless you're one of these clubs like a roller coaster club where they have permission and they get a chance to put the camera on the front of the ride. You're not allowed to film, and I think that's a good thing really, because you can't go around. You can't go on Icon or the big one and start. You can imagine going on the big one and trying to film it with it. It's so I can understand that, but for the rest of the pleasure beach, fine, no problem. If you're on the teacups, you can film on the teacups. I'm sure. And don't forget that anywhere public, you're allowed to film and take pictures within reason, of course, within reason, in a public area. So that's fine. But that's just my experience of taking more taking photographs and video in the last sort of 15 years or so in Blackpool. And I know loads of people will be coming to Blackpool and they want to take pictures and they want to do video. So this is just a video just letting you know that some places might be a little bit jumpy about you taking pictures and video. So this is just a little video just to let you know of the problems I've had. Like I say, nothing too major, but most places are fine. I think what it takes is sometimes, I think if you just ask, if you want to do some filming in somewhere, that's a good thing to do. So that's it for this video. I'll probably do another one on a very similar subject very soon, and I'll tell you some more stories, because I've got quite a few stories from the last sort of 10-15 years. I've got quite a few, so I'll probably do a bit of a follow-up video to this one a bit later on. But anyway, that's it for this video. If you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and tick the bell for notifications of new videos, and I'll see you again on the next one.